Hi everybody, welcome back to Everyday Thrifty Living. I'm cassoadiethriftyliving here as always.
Hi everyone.
And if you're new to the channel, please stick around, hit the subscribe button, click the notification every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for clicking in, joining in, joining us. Hope everything's doing well. And I have another book haul. Books, what are you doing? I have another book haul. I have not done a book haul in a long time. And I finally got some new books because Odie told me all my books were boring and they stunk. So I got some new ones. I have six.
Not to say these don't stink either.
I have 6 new books,
Good
including
gosh.
a new bookmark. Here's the bookmark. Isn't it the cutest thing ever? So all these came from Amazon. This was like $2.95, and it's the Free Spirit Follows the Path of the Lone Wolf, Peter Popper Press. So yeah,
Mouthful.
I love getting new bookmarks. But the problem with these bookmarks is this part right here, that part right there. All the cats destroy this part right here. So
Well, maybe next time they'll get one with a feather on it.
they all love destroying it. They all see it and they want to destroy it. Anyway, let's
Alright.
get right into the book. So these are books that I've had in my to be bought cart section. And yeah, so the first one is called Silence for the Dead by Simone St. James. And basically what I can tell is this is a woman. She works in a hospital. It's 1919 and the hospital is haunted or making eerie noises. And, you know,
Isn't it?
yeah. Basically, shell-shocked horrors of the Great War, hiding the shame of their mental instability. You have patients suffering from nervous attacks and tormenting dreams, but there's something else going on at this hospital. Maybe the more gentler term is an insane asylum or something. So you have that right there. So this is going to be really interesting to read. Next is Episode 13 by Craig DeLuey, and this is basically about a husband and wife. They are a ghost hunting team. It's a TV show and everything, and they finally get their hands on the Ghost Hunter's Holy Grail, the Paranormal Research Foundation. It's a crumbling derelict mansion, and bad stuff happened there, and I guess maybe they don't believe in ghosts or something. I don't know, but they find out the hard way, I guess, right? It's always like that in these books or movies where you have ghost hunters, researchers, and everything. They go into a place and they probably are like, oh, whatever, and they'll find out the hard way that, you know, sometimes things are best left unexplored. So this looks really, really creepy. The next book. Now this book, when I told Odie I was going to buy it, she was like, why? And the thing is that I actually own this book, but I have no idea where my copy went. This was actually a book that Odie bought for me years ago because she read it, and in her words, she flung the book because she got freaked out or
How
something.
dare you? You already have that book and you made me buy it.
I don't know where the copy is, Ma. Don't know where the copy is.
No, it's
And that
yours.
is a classic. It is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Yes, I know there was a Netflix TV show on it.
Netflix wasn't scary. Read the book. You want something scary? Read
That show sucked. It did. It really sucked. The creator of that show took a lot of liberties with that. So if you want to read The Haunting of Hill House, don't watch the show. Read the book. And I think the movie that they did, was that the one that was based on it? The one with Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson?
Well, that was a remake.
That was like a kind of like
What
a
about
take.
The Haunting of Hill House?
No, that's a different book.
That's a
different book. The Haunting of Hill House, they did a movie back in like 98, 99 with, like I said, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson, Lily Taylor, and I forget who the main guy is. The main one is. Anyway, basically, it's about a researcher, and he has his team. You have the woman, you have his assistant, you have Luke, who's the inheritor of the estate, and then you have another woman, and basically they find out, again, the hard way that the place is haunted. And like I said, I did read this book, and it was a good book, and I will be rereading again because, come on, Shirley Jackson. This book is a classic. If they ever make a show or movie that is like true to the book, it would probably be very good. Next 3 books, and that's going to be it. So
you already discussed the other 2?
yeah, I did.
I must have zoned out.
Yeah. Next is The Silent Patient by Alex. I'm not going to try that last name. I'm going to butcher that last name. I'm not going to even try it.
Mikhailide.
Sure, what she says. And this is basically about
Michael Lides.
about a psychotherapist who becomes captivated by a woman by the name of Alicia Berenson, whose life was seemingly perfect, and then her husband comes home, and then she, shoots him apparently 5 times in the face, according to this description. And then
thought it was a prowler.
And then never speaks another word. So of course he has to figure out why hasn't she spoken? Why won't she speak? And I guess will take him down a path more unexpected and more terrifying than he will ever imagine. So this is going to be a very interesting read. They call this a mix of Hitchcock and Agatha Christie and Greek tragedy. So, yeah. And I think
why is it always a Greek tragedy? Why can't it be like an Indian tragedy?
Because the Greeks are the ones who have all the plays and everything, and a lot of the Platos and all that stuff,
And the Jewish people are the ones who are always running from persecution. What was it that they said?
Chris Griffin?
They're always running from a war or some sort.
Something like that. We watch too much Family Guy.
But it's a Greek tragedy.
We watch too much Family Guy.
It's like a saying, Greek tragedy.
Because it's always a Greek tragedy ends in horror. Like Oedipus.
No, it's just that every nationality has like a staple.
Like Oedipus, I think that's supposed to be a Greek tragedy. It ends with him taking his eyes out.
Look, I haven't slept very well. I've been working 14 days straight, so I'm a little out of it. Forgive me if I said anything.
Yeah, Oedipus, he took his own eyes out when he realized what he has done.
Oh God, I feel like ripping my own eyes out.
Anyway, the last 2 books are Father and Son. Let's get into Sunny Boy first. Now, this is the Heartshaped Box by Joe Hill. Now, I have read one other Joe Hill book, and that was Nosferatu. That was like 600 and something pages. Got it from the library. I read it. I loved it. Saw the show. Loved the show because love Zachary Quinto. He makes such a delicious, evil person. Right, Ma?
Never heard of somebody being delicious.
Come on, man. He's one of the only reasons why I even watch the new Star Trek movies. Those are good. I prefer them.
He's a good actor. I like him.
But
delicious. I don't know if I would say that.
Anyway, so basically, this is Joe Hill's debut novel. And the funny thing is, I remember when this book was about to come out, it made a huge splash because he wrote the book, he got the book deal, wrote the book, got the book deal, got everything. The book was set to be published, if I recall correctly. And no one knew that he was Joe Hill King. No one knew that he was Stephen King's son. And then when it was revealed, everyone was like, oh my God, he got a whole book deal and everything without banking on his father's name, basically. So this book became like an instant hit, and he has written other books that have become an instant hit as well, I think. And this book is basically about a rock star, an aging death metal. That book. She read part of it, but she never finished it. Death metal rock guy who loves collecting the macabre. Anything the macabre is right here. He has a cookbook for cannibals, a used hangman's noose, a snuff film, so he will collect anything.
But then the downhill is when he buys this old
black heart-shaped box. A musty dead man's suit still inhabited by the spirit of his late owner, and right here it says right in the back that everywhere this guy goes, he sees the old man watching, waiting, dangling a razor blade on a chain from his bony hand. And I think when Odie was reading, she was like, oh my God, that's freaky. She was actually a little terrified, but she never finished it.
Oh, not really terrified. I wouldn't say I was terrified. But...
And the last book is The Father. The Father. This is Stephen King. This is Billy. Freaking Family Guy. We watched an episode. It was the one with Ricky Gervais in it, and Billy Finn, Billy Summer, and this is basically about a hitman who he's a killer for hire and the best in the business, but he'll only do the job if he knows you are truly a bad person. So so it's basically about a hitman. And his time is catching up, and he wants to get out, but, of course, he has to, do one last hit, and everything goes completely as standard, of course. And, of course, there's other things going on here, but this was a book that I think was a huge hit for Stephen King. And I've read 2 of Stephen King's books. I read Carrie, and I read The Shining. And Carrie was good, and The Shining was good. And if you read The Shining and you watch The Shining, Stanley Kubrick screwed him over so badly. He really did. So, I got the book. Belle Sana. So, yeah, those are the 6 books that I have recently picked up. They are all a melange of mystery, thriller. It's October. It's that time. Heartshaped Box. Nice horror book. Joe Hill, great writer. Haunting of Hill House. Classic. This, we'll see about this one. Of course, same thing. We'll see about this one. And of course, Stephen King is, Stephen King. Although Odie prefers Dean Koontz. And Dean Koontz has some really good work out.
Dean Koontz is a good writer. Stephen King is a good writer too. But what bothers me sometimes about Stephen King
and of course
is that he'll take a whole chapter to describe a color.
Well, this isn't look too big.
I remember reading this one book that was, I swear, it was the size of a Range Rover. And the guy was seeing colors. And he started describing the colors like on and on. And I'm like, okay, we get it.
Okay, now this book isn't too bad. It's only 514 pages.
Only.
Stephen King, I know that he can have like some really...
If it's only 500 and something, it probably took him like 3 days to write it.
This guy can write a book probably in a week. That's how good he is. Anyway, so hopefully some of these books will show up on my TBR, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, so that's going to be it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, let me know down below any books you have purchased lately, any ones you want to read, any suggestions, anything, which books I like to read. So thank you so much for watching. And Odie's begging me to shut up now. So
will you shut up already?
So hopefully we will see you guys in the next video.
Are they still there?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.